must know that all of the previous prophets were duty bound about the coming affairs, about the future. Just like Isa ﷺ was reported by the Holy Qur'an to have said, "Mubashshiran bi rasulin yati min ba'di ismuhu Ahmad." I am going to give you the glad tidings about the arrival of Muhammad Mustafa ﷺ, whose name is Ahmad, because it is sacred duty of the prophets to provide the people with the proper guidance for the future. Since the prophet was ended on Muhammad Mustafa, Ana Khatamun Nabiyyin, Wala Nabi Abadi, I am the last and final prophet of Allah, and no one else is expected to come in this world as with the title of the prophet. Then what would be the solution about the future people, the people who are expected to come up to the existence of the judgment day? Who will be there to look after them? Here, the Nabi Kareem was duty bound to show the program. He said, "Inni tarikun fikum Inni tarikun fikum." This is the a gist of the traditions, Mishkat Sharif. That is a note of the total traditions. It's called Khulasa Hadith. It shows that this tradition was reported by Hazrat Syed bin Arqam radiyallahu anhu. He was one of the Jewish Muslim scholars among the companion society. He was one of the senior companions of the Holy Prophet. He said, "I listened these on ears, and I saw Muhammad Mustafa expressing this idea, Inni tarikun fikum saqalain. I am going to leave among you two highest elevated, highest prominent two things. Awwaluhuma kitabullah fil huda wal nur." One of them is the Holy Qur'an. And there is a light and the proper guidance in this book. Means nothing will happen with the Holy Qur'an to misguide you. Whenever and wherever you can take the Holy Qur'an, it will provide you with the proper guidance. It will show you the proper destination of your life. And who will be there? The book itself is not to teach the people. Who will teach it? According to the record maintained by Imam Bukhari in Al-Mufrad al-Bukhari, Al-Adab al-Mufrad al-Bukhari, he says that when you start the education of your progeny, your posterity, your new generation, you must start their education with the teaching of the Holy Qur'an and the respect of Ahle Bait Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because the Holy Prophet was reported to have left behind two prominent things. One is Holy Qur'an, and the other one is وَحَصَّ عَلَىٰ كِتَابِ اللَّهِ وَرَغَبَ فِيهِ. Nabi Kareem ﷺ instigated and persuaded the people to learn the contents of the Holy Qur'an. And then he said, وَآلِ وَإِثْرَتِي Ahle Bait. And the second thing is my close relatives. And Hazrat Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhu was reported to have asked Muhammad Mustafa ﷺ, and who were there, which was mentioned by the name of Ahle Bait Rasul sallallahu, and whose love was necessitated by the Holy Qur'an and by the prophetic traditions. Who are those people? He said, Al-Hasanu wal-Husainu wa abawahuma. These are four persons. Sayyida Fatima, Sayyidina Ali radiyallahu anhu, Imam Hassan radiyallahu anhu, Imam Hussain radiyallahu anhu. He said, Uzakkirukumullah fi Ahle Baiti. Uzakkirukumullah fi Ahle Baiti. The instantive, the first meaning of Ahle Bait, according to the record maintained by Hazrat Pir Syed Abdul, Rahmatullah, who died in 1054 AH. He says that the first meaning of Ahle Bait Rasul, these four persons are. Nabi Kareem said, Uzakkirukumullah fi Ahle Bait. Uzakkirukumullah fi Ahle Bait. Uzakkirukumullah fi. Nabi Kareem sufficed on the mention of the Holy Qur'an, but he repeated for 3 times Ahle Bait Rasul. He repeated Ahle Bait Rasul for 3 times. Because this is a principle of eloquence. The speech will always provide it according to the necessity of the addressee. When you check the situation of addressee, the person who is being addressed by you, that is called addressee. When you are talking to someone, you should check his situation. When you see that something is going as negligence from your addressee, you must stress the point which you want him to practice. When Nabi Kareem saw that there was no negligence expected by Holy Prophet about the ummah, rather Quran and belief, but the negligence mostly was expected about Ahle Bait Rasul. There was a situation of addressee was at some extent dubitable about the obedience of Ahle Bait Rasul. Therefore, Nabi Kareem was reported to have repeated this sentence: Uzakkirukumullah fi Ahle Baiti, Uzakkirukumullah fi Ahle Baiti, Uzakkirukumullah fi Ahle Baiti. These emphasis show that Nabi Kareem was sure that there would be a negligence by ummah in connection with the family of the Prophet. Since these 2 authorities were going to protect the ummah against misguidance, against the deviation, against the paganism, against the idolatry, against the atheism, these 2 powers were to protect Muslims against all of the non-acceptable tendencies. Therefore, Nabi Kareem said in the beginning of the Holy Qur'an, Zalikal Kitabu la rayba fi. This book, there is no any type of doubt in this Quran. So that you may be able to practice the contents of the Holy Quran with full convinced, with full satisfaction that you are going on the right path. Because this book was certified and authenticated by Allah Himself. And as far as second authority is concerned, Allah said, Innama yuridullahu liyudhiba ankum ar-rijsa ahlal bayt wa yutahhirakum tatheera. I am not going to detail anyone else to certify the character of Ahle Bait Rasul. I am going to sponsor their character. Innama yuridullahu. It concerns my intention. I want to purify the family member of the Holy Prophet, just like a person is going to be recruited as a key officer, just like magistrate, judge, the commissioner, the judge of high court. His verification is submitted to the local authorities just to investigate whether he is a good person or not, so that he may be relied upon for the exercise of his office, his authority. Unless his character is certified by the atmosphere, he cannot be detailed or appointed as an officer. Ram says, when Nabi Kareem appointed them to exercise the rule of the Holy Quran, therefore they should be verified by me. I am going to verify, I am going to certify, I am going to confirm. So this is the proper way. When a person is going to appear in the court, there is a verification evidence which is called Shahadat Safai. When a person submits the evidence in the court is not going to rely upon that person. Court asks the relevant people to produce certain other persons to certify him, to verify him that this person is very authenticated, very truthful, very genuine person, so that the case may be based upon for the achievement of the decision about the relevant matter. When Allah Rabbul Izzat was going to establish this system of judgment, this adjudicator, this system of the judiciary, Rabbi Kareem said, "O my Holy Prophet, announce that these two things are to be conducted to be approached to for the proper guidance, and I shall verify the character of both of them." I am saying, "Zalik al-kitab la rayba fi," and this family, "Innama yuridullahu li yudhhiba ankum al-badi wal-fahsha."
Nare takbir, nare risalat, nare hadri, nare gausiya, nare mufakkir Islam,
فلان مفکر اسلام